Hi, everyone, and welcome back to my channel, Handmade by Ying with Donna. Today is May the 20, oh my goodness, I lost the date, 26th. And finished up my final project for this week, and it's the bear print panel that I've been working on for a friend of mine. So I hope you can join me as I just tack it in and finish off where I'm putting the little hanger clips so that they'll be able to hang it in their home. So thanks for joining me, and I'm going to keep sewing. And hi, Kim. Welcome, sweetheart. Sorry I didn't give notice, but I wanted to work this project in today, so I was jumping on. Hi, Brenda from Kentucky. Welcome, sweetheart. And I appreciate you joining in. Right now, I'm just working on, like I said, my bear print patterned wall hanging. Hi, Lori. How are you, sweetheart? Kathy, welcome. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just adding the binding, and then I'll be able to show you what it's looking like. Right now, you're not going to be able to see a whole lot, just the quilting on the back and the color. So I'm moving right along on this. So I'm driving this in basically, and it's not a very big project, so I'm not going to be on real long because I don't want to step on anyone else's toes that might be on. Hello, Beverly. Welcome, sweetheart. It's good to have a little bit of mindless sewing so I get a chance to catch y'all in the chat a little bit. So right now I'm just going around what I like to call first base here. And I'm just basically, I label them first base, second base, home plate when I'm done. It's just a little thing that I do. And now I'm at where I have pinned in the hanger that's going to go in the back. I like to tack it in while I'm here. And I always secure it. Hi, Patty G. Welcome. Sylvia, welcome. If I've missed anybody, I'm sorry. I think I've gotten everybody. So I'm at the corner now for my first corner, and I'm going to flip it back, and I'm going to go all the way up to the corner, and then I'm going to back tack it at 1/4 of an inch. Pull it out and slip it up, and then I'm just going to slide it around really easy. And then I'm going to start here and just bring it in. So now I'm on what they call second base. Patty G at the door. I appreciate you guys more than what you'll know. Hello, sweetheart. How are you? Welcome to the chat. Right now, I'm just working on my bear print. It's a panel wall hanging that I'm doing for a friend. I wanted to finish it up so I can close out this week's projects. And then I'm busy for a little bit more. So I'm at the second corner, and I'm going to flip it back. I do the mitered corners. Don't mind the speech impediment I have today. And just lay it back down and turn. I'm sure we all probably do the same, but I like to walk through the project for anybody that doesn't. So now I'm on the third side. And I honestly did some pretty neat quilting on the front. Instead of putting it on the mid arm, I did it on the baby lock this time. My jazz, just straight line stitching with a little bit of wanting to save the faces of the bears as much as possible. And I only went in one direction, so it kind of makes it look like they're walking. And you'll see when I flip it how cool it turned out. Or in my opinion, it turned out pretty cool. So let me move this out the way and pull it tight again. And I'm going to just keep going. This is the bottom section. So how's everyone's week going so far? Sylvia Black, been waiting on news on my sister. She's been in the hospital since Monday, coming home today, but diagnosed with broken heart syndrome. Oh, honey, I'm so sorry. I understand that totally. Sylvia, if you can email me at Donna@handmadebyying.com, your address, I'd appreciate it. I'm a card nut, so I'd like to mail you a little card. So I'm going to slip up here, and I'm at the third corner now. And I'm sorry if the machine's quite noisy. I'm trying to go slow so it won't bother you guys so much. And I'm going to flip it around. Then I'm going to come in and tack it right there. I'm sorry to hear about your sister. Absolutely. Thank you, sweetheart. Donna, your mic mask most... Okay, I wasn't sure if it did or not. Because it was back here, but now we've moved it over. Did you receive my email? Yes, I did. And if you check your email, I responded back this morning. So now I'm coming down to the final corner. "10 watching and 10 thumbs up. I call that a touchdown." I like it when you guys sew with me. Is anyone working on a special project today? Now I'm at the final corner and I'm doing the same as the others. I'm flipping it down. And then I always back tack my corners. I guess it's just habit. So now I'm going to slide it around and just bring it in. I still have one pin left to pull from where I've got my hangers pinned. So now that I'm there, I'm going to go ahead and pull it out. My machine's going to be able to feel where it is. So I'm just going to, as soon as I hear the difference, I'm going to back tack all the way across because I want it to be secure. Pull out my next clip. I'm in the UK, Donna. Postage here is expensive. From the US, X is your mail on your Facebook page. Go ahead and write it down, Sylvia. That's okay. I don't care how much it is. I really don't. I'll mail anywhere because I think together we sew, together we grow, and we share the love and the prayers for each other through everything. So my email, Melissa, can you drop my email in, please? I'm not sure if Kim has it yet. And she can just take a picture of it if she'd like. That way she's got it. So I've got that part. Now I'm going to take my clips out of my way because I'm going to make quite a mess if I don't. I'm working on a thank you note for the gift from Miss Ellen Campbell. Shh, don't tell her. Oh, she is such a doll baby. I hope she's feeling better. So at my corners, I should have flipped it this way. I just go ahead and give them a little snip. You don't have to. I've seen some that do and some that don't. I prefer to snip them. So that's going to be 4 snips. And I'm proud to say I have secured all of my interviews. Now I'm booking into September. I think that's pretty cool. So I think you guys are going to like the lineup. So some people iron theirs. I just pull mine all the way around the first go. And then I always go like this. And if I've got any loose threads, now's the time to give them a good tuck. That way they're out of your way. And then I just fold it over. And when I'm finished, you're going to see how this mitered corner turns out. So I'm going to slide it under. And what I do with mine, everybody does theirs different, is I line it up at the 1/4 of an inch. And then where the line is on my pressure foot, I come around with that. And I line it up all the way around so everything matches the entire way around this. Because when there's lines and things, you want everything to look sharp. You never know who's going to be looking at your work. So you just do your best. And that's all anybody could ever ask. And when you're blessing, I'm sure whoever the recipient is will enjoy it. So I'm still inside one, as you can see, and I'm taking my time because this is going to be in someone's home and showcasing. So she decorates her home in bears. So I think this is fitting for her home. She's the one that I had did the placemats for. And she blessed me with some pretty nice fabric from Amish country. And she thought she'd be able to quilt. And she quickly learned when she got home, she didn't have the interest for it. So with that being said, she reached out to me and blessed me with the fabric that she had bought for a quilt. In exchange, I make her placemats. So I didn't feel like I was doing her justice with just placemats. So I wanted to do a little something extra. So when she got home, she sent me a picture of the placemats on her table, and they look great. And like I said, the theme of her home is bears. So she dearly loves them. So I need to back this up one little tidbit, and I meant to do that. Patty G, she didn't say anything, just tracking numbers for short cents. Okay, so now I'm just gonna come straight down and do the same thing across the bottom. And remember where your pressure foot is. That's going to tell you exactly where you need to be on this. And if you follow that line, really simple, you're not going to be wiggly all over the whole time around. I would imagine antibiotics are kicking butt. In a few days, she'll be back singing. Absolutely. Absolutely. I just got it. Thank you. So now I'm going to tuck that in and just continue to follow right on your pressure foot. Once I'm done, I'm going to show you what I'm talking about for anybody that doesn't know what I'm doing here. But it comes out just like as if it was store-bought when you're finished. And it never messes up. Only operator error of your machine. So now I'm going down and just following right where I'm telling you. And like I said, when I'm finished, I'll take my pressure foot off and show you. And I'm tucking any loose strings, and I have one here. I'm not going to even tuck. I'm just going to cut it out. Love that bear top. Thank you. Bears are amazing. We saw Mom and 3 babies in Tennessee. I bet that was beautiful. And now I'm at the corner, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to roll it down on this side and flip it from the top here. Oops, I got a thread hanging. So remember, when you're doing your corners, fold your top part down first, and then your side will fold in. That, honestly, when I learned that, it was a total game changer on my corners. I need my purple thing because I don't want that to buckle there. There. And then flip. Move your little seams in, any little threads. And I have this brown line that's running on this. You'll see it in a second when I'm done. But I want to line this up so that it'll come right down that line, and it'll give me a good place to mark as I'm pulling this. And this project came together pretty quick. I have 2 wall hangings in my room. I love wall hangings. I just think that they are so pretty, and it showcases your work. And right now I've only got a few that I've done. I've done an Easter one, and I've done a Valentine one, and a St. Patty's Day. I want to work on it. I'm going to work ahead a little bit, I think, and do like something special for the holidays. But 100 Proof Quilter gave me an idea, but I want to talk to her where she got the ideas. And yeah, this was the panel that I cut up. This was the leftover scraps from it. Well, they're not scraps. I upcycle everything, and if there's a way to use it, I will. But the 100 Proof Quilter did a video on making a yard flag. And I don't know if she bought it in a kit or if she designed it herself. So I want to reach out to her directly and find out, because if she designed it, I'd like to see how she did it. I watched the video, but I didn't catch the beginning. On my end, I didn't see what she was doing. So I'll have to chat with her just a little bit and find out. So now I'm at the top, and it's really important to see what I'm doing. I've got my hangers in. And remember what I said, your top you're going to fold in, and then like this side you're going to fold in first, and then this side you're going to fold down, and that's going to give you your perfect mitered corner every time. So you line up where you want to be. And I hold it with my fingernails until I come up to it. Then I gently start just feeding it in. Now I'm where exactly I want to be, so I'm going to pull around. Now I'm going to go across the top. I have that same fabric line in a panel. Mine has all the forest mamas and a baby. Very cute. I'll show you this one and tell me if it's the same. It very well may be. I don't know where she got this, but she's totally blessed me with it. So I want to give it right back to her, just in a different way than she gave it to me. And I think she'll be quite surprised. So now I'm coming where I've got that tacked in. And I'm going to start feeding the bottom up. I want to pull it tight so that it all lines up. At the top, you're going to want to make sure, since this is going to hang, everything measures right. So it's going to be a true 1/4 inch. So I'm going to pull it tight until I visually see the 1/4 inch. And then I'm just going to come across. And I'm going to do this all the way across the top, little bits. And I'm just visually going to line it up with this side of my pressure foot and where my sew line is. I'm going to bring it back again and do the same thing. I'm going to repeat this all the way across the top line. And remember, I have 4 hangers in this, so it's going to take me a minute because I like to make sure that they're in. Make sure I didn't miss one there. There it is. And then where it's locked in, I have it here, and I'm just going to push down with my fingernail and secure it in place. And come real slow across it because you don't want to buckle where you've worked all this time. And I'm just going to go real slow. I want that secured in. So now I'm at the back side of it and it's locked in. And I'm going to fold and repeat the same as I did on the others. So now I'm at the back and I'm going to finger love it up there because I want it to stay where I'm putting it, and press down. And you're going to want to make sure it's straight here. Go real slow and lock it in. And then the same thing, your 1/4 inch, line it up with your pressure foot. Fold it in and do the same. Now I've got this one here. I'm going to do the same, but I like to pull it taut, bend it with my fingers, and slide it in. Are they hanger hoops that a rod slips through? Yes, Tracy, they are. It's just those dial rods that people use with the fancy ends. I measured for 4 inches, so they could find like a 3 1/4 or a 3 3/4 rod, and it'll hang really nice. And what I did was I had scraps. Like I said, I'm a scrappy kind of girl. I took the scraps from the backing from when I made her placemats and I made the hangers. And what I did was quite simple. Excuse me, I got a tickle in my throat. Excuse me. It was really quite simple, and I could show you real quick how I did it. Let me move this out of the way so I can chat with you a second. There you go. I think that's straight. All right. So what I did here, in case anyone missed it, is these finish at 1 inch. As you can see, these are just 1 inch, but I cut them at 3 inches when I started. So I took the fabric like this and ironed it in half at 3 inches and came straight down where the seam was. I took and opened it up and folded both of those together on that seam line. And then as they were folded in, I pressed it there and then folded it like a sandwich like this. I went up each side like this, just with a decorative color so that when it's hanging, it's matching the teal. So I hope that makes sense. And honestly, I wasn't sure the size that I was thinking, because I honestly thought like, oh, bigger's better and all this. I was going to do like 5-inch hoops and stuff. And I went online and everything that I had saw was honestly the thinner ones. So that seemed to work for me. So as you can see, she is done. I'm going to stand up and let you see how it looks. I just did the simple lines, but it looks like you're in the forest when it's hanging, and it looks like they're moving. So it was just, I used the accent colors, but I didn't want to hide the bear's face. And then on the back, it showcases pretty well. You can still see it. I already dropped my tag in when I did my binding. So this is going to be her blessing as a thank you for the fabric that she blessed me with. It measured out at 40 inches wide by, no, it was 24 wide by 40 inches long. So you can't gift a wall hanger without something to put it in. So let me show you what else I did for her. Sorry, I had to go off camera a second. I took the scraps from where I trimmed this in, and I was doing the rope bowls and the trivets for my house. And I was like, I have extra rope left. I'll just wrap the rope with the scrap fabric, and it has, even the salvages are in it, but as you can see, you can't see the salvages at all. So she'll put this probably on her center of her table. She'll have her wall hanging. She'll have her placemats. And I just think that's a cute way to bless her for what she gave me. So I'm going to bless her with that right back. And then I was a little bit bored yesterday. Go feel you're bored. I didn't have any projects that I could make a lot of noise doing. So I went ahead and did myself one. And this is going to be a silverware and napkin holder for out by our pool. And my favorite color is blue. So I went ahead and made this up as well. So I'll be able to drop our napkins in and our utensils. And if it starts to rain or gets cloudy, it's the grandma that always carries everything in. So I can grab it a lot quicker than just throwing everything in my arms. So that was just a little project that I worked on yesterday. I'm thinking outside of the box so that I can utilize this inventory of stuff that I have. Thank you guys. I like doing projects like this. And it's really mindless sewing. I'd like to do one evening. I'm not sure what everybody's availability is that's here, but I think it would be neat if we could all just come together and we'll do a little rope bowl making. You know what I'm saying? If anybody wants to do that, I'd love to sit with you. We could Zoom it and you could join in with me. And we could just sit here mindless sewing. It doesn't have to be broadcasted out for everybody, or we can if you want. Yeah, you can wash the rope bowls. Absolutely. Absolutely. I want to make a few more for on our picnic table. That way they could be chip bag holders, like throw the chips in or the shells or whatever. That way I can have a full matching set of everything. I would love to. All right, Lori, let me write this down. If Joe doesn't highlight stuff for me, I honestly don't mean to be mean. I just don't see it. Okay, Sylvia Black, that would be a great idea, especially at this time, and it's 5:30 in the UK. Let me write you down, honey. Sylvia Black. I'll just do like a midday sew or something. I don't even know what time it is here. It's 12:45. We could do like 1 o'clock. Would that be too late for you, Sylvia? Just for like an hour or two. Just sit and chat. I don't know what anybody else's availability is, but I'll put it out there. If anybody wants to join in, that would be great. I'm going to do rope, bowl, Zoom. And I'll open it up to anybody that wants to. So 1 p.m. And once I figure out a free date, That would be fine. Awesome. Awesome. Once I figure out a date that works good into my schedule, because if you saw my calendar right now, I want to do it before the kids get out of school. So it'll have to be within the next 2 weeks. So if anybody wants to join in, that would be great. I've got it wrote down on who's told me. I can't do it today. I can't do it today, Melissa. It's going to have to, let me look at my calendar and we'll just go ahead and pick a day. Let me see. Like I said, my schedule's crazy. The kids get out of school here on the 7th. This here is going to be the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th. Let me grab my good calendar. I got to grab my June calendar. Grab the wrong one. It's hard to believe May's almost gone. So let me look at my May. Okay, now I'm into my June. Is that not crazy? It's already full. The kids get out the 7th, the last day of school. Let me write that. Okay, let's do... how about the 2nd? Can we pencil in June the 2nd? Would that work? I don't see anybody responding, but they might have to look at their calendars too. I don't even know what day of the week it is here. Today's Thursday.
Next Thursday's June the 2nd.
Yeah. We could do noon instead of 1 if anybody wants to do that. That way we can be on and off. Okay. Lori, send me an email so that I'll have your email address, because my husband will send an email out with the Zoom information. So let's say 12 o'clock p.m. our time. Mine's Eastern, so I don't know where everybody's at. Yeah, let's do noon. Let's do noon to 2. That way it gives me a chance to hop off and go do my grandma duties. And I'm writing down June the 2nd. Zoom. I'm going to write it in for noon to 2. So, I don't know. I'm on the West Coast, 9 a.m. my time. Oh, yeah, my time is Eastern time. So if I tell you noon here, it's going to have to be noon Eastern, because I have to be finished in time to do school bus run. So if anybody wants to join in, you just have my email. It's Donna at handmadebying.com. Send me an email and make sure you put in the subject line Zoom call. And then my husband will know that that's people that I've got listed here. We're going to send the link to. Now, the next question is, do you want to do it to where we're doing it, feeding into YouTube, or you just want it to be a little sister time to where we're doing it privately? Whatever you ladies want. So I can't make a Zoom. I'm sorry, Brenda. I'd tell you to take your lunch break, but they'd think it was funny if you brought a sewing machine to work. Anytime works for me, Sylvia. Okay. I've got you down. Let me see. All right. Do you want it to be live on YouTube, or do you want it to just be us in a closed group? I'm good either way. Whatever you want. YouTube, please. I don't Zoom and I'm always late. Sorry. That's okay. Marie, I'm going to write you down so I'll be watching for you. No Zoom link. No, she doesn't Zoom, is what she said. Whatever you want to do is fine with me. YouTube, please. Okay, then we're going to do it on YouTube if everybody's in agreeable. In agreement, agreeable. Listen at me. All right, y'all mark it down. I'm going to tell you what you need. It's the simplest things. If you want to do like this one here, I'm going to use this as the example. Take 1-inch strips of your fabric, your salvages. It can be anything that you want. You can make it any old color you want, or you don't even have to do it that way. But I cut about 30 strips. Honestly, it was just my scraps, old fat quarters that I didn't use a lot of my pieces. I just sat and cut up everything because you can tell there's all different shades of blue in there. And honestly, I'm going to cut up some more blues since we're going to do this. And then you can throw them in a bowl or just throw them in a bin or something so you've got them handy. And when you're sitting by your TV at night or you're watching YouTube, start wrapping your rope. And the easiest way that I can show you to wrap your rope, got a little piece here, but I'm going to have to go get me some more. Oh, I've got clips here. So I'll use these. The strips are 1 inch wide. So they're going to be this wide, or you can even go littler. It's up to you. So this is a full inch. And I cut mine, honestly, I do 1 inch. And as you can see here, where you can see the little thinner ones, these are 1/2 inch and these are full inch. And if you think you want a bigger bowl, the easiest way to join your rope is you take both your end pieces and you're just going to put them together and you're going to take a piece of tape around it. And that's just going to secure it. So when you get to that part, when you're wrapping your fabric, you're just going to give it a quick pinch like that and hold it. That way you're going to know that's your marking zone. Let me see here. Okay, YouTube. How wide are the strips? I've already answered that. I would not shock coworkers. Suppose they wondered why I haven't brought one in already. Absolutely, I'm with you. If I could figure out a way to take something out by the pool while the kids are playing this summer, I'd be sitting there doing something. So basically, let me unwrap this and I can give you a little view of what you do. You just I always start like you're going to do your little startup piece, and it's honestly going to be about 1 foot of fabric, 1 foot of the rope, but you don't have to do this part now. So you're just estimating. You can measure the 12 inches and just leave it there. That's fine. So here's where you're going to want to start between 12 and 18 inches with your fabric rolling. I have clothesline rope. Absolutely, that'll work. Any kind of rope. It's just got to be clothesline. At 100% cotton works the best. Let me grab one of I know I have one more left. I'm going to leave the camera a second because I can't send Joe for it. He doesn't know where it's at in my bin over here. But I'll be right back. I got to get behind you. Okay, sorry. Had to get in there. This is all it is. I don't know if we got this at the Dollar Tree or if I got it at Walmart. My husband's saying it was Walmart. And it's just standard. it's just got to be 100% cotton to work for what I'm going to show you. And he said they even have it in different colors if you like. So don't you know we're going to make a trip up there. So all you do, and this will help speed the process so you'll complete the Zoom with a bowl of your choosing of however you want to do it. So you're just going to take it like this and pinch it. And once you do a couple of these, you'll have it down really easy. And just start wrapping. So you only have to clip it wherever you're starting and wherever you're stopping. And it'll roll on really nice. And you're just, what I do is just get a few little ones of it first. And gently just start wrapping it in. And then when you come to the end of it, we're going to imagine this is the end. Unless she's got time. I don't want to. I've clotheslined. Okay. That'll look. So just keep winding. You can even order it. We've got time if you do Amazon or Walmart. Just cheaper is better in my book. It doesn't always have to be the expensive to look pretty in your home. And just keep wrapping. And this is doubled up. It shouldn't be. It would be thinner, but I just cut this off that binding just so I could grab it and show you. So when you get to the end, for demonstration only, I shouldn't use my snips, but I am. You're going to stop here and then guesstimate where you want to start the next. It could be here. It could be here. Whatever you're... It's all going to come together very rustic, but it's going to be cute. You're going to need a zigzag sewing machine. Not a zigzag machine. Your machine needs to do zigzag. That's the only other thing you need. And honestly, I probably used a lot of clips because I overclip, but I clip at the start of where I'm wrapping and I clip at the end of where I'm wrapping. And I honestly cut all mine in different lengths. After I got them all cut with 1 inch and a half inch, I just picked up a handful of them and just cut them so that it would give me the different designs. So let me know what you guys think. If you bring your supplies and you've already got it wrapped, I can show you how to get it started, and we can just sit and chat a spell and sew them up, and you can put them in my Facebook page and we'll show them off to everybody. I think that would be cool. Just something fun. So does everyone have that? One of these, one full one, will make a whole bowl like this. So if you want smaller ones, one will do 2 of that size. And in the little one that I showed you, you could probably get 3. So Joe, like I said, he'll be watching our email for everybody. You have to respond in order to do it. Hey girl, Delia, if you want to join us, we're going to be doing a rope bowl sew and chat via Zoom. I can give you the date ahead if you want. It's going to be just a time to sit, chat, and you don't even have to sew if you don't want to. Just join us. But all it is we're going to be doing rope bowls. You can do them with fabric or without. I just gave out the directions on it. But let me know if you want to join in, and I'll write your name down so he can watch for your email. We're going to do it on June the 2nd from noon to 2 o'clock, and that's a Thursday afternoon. Next Thursday. That's my thing. No bowls for me, but I like to watch, and I'll be available. Would you like to join in the Zoom with us? And you could read chat to us while we sew if you'd like. That way everybody can keep sewing and we can all just chat. Thank you. I'm going to write her down as the chat reader.
Give her your email.
Okay. My email, sweetheart, because you have to email me so that I have your email to send the link to. It's Donna at handmadebyying.com. Kim or Melissa, can you type that in for me? Or Joe, you can do it from over there. I'll just have him drop the link. Why wasn't I thinking of that? There you go. That's my email. So we're only going to send a link to those that respond to the email. So if you don't respond, I won't be sending the link along. But in the meantime, anybody that's sewing along, the worst part of this project, honestly, is getting it off this roll without it getting all knotted. And then when you're doing your pinning, honestly, I just let it fall as I'm wrapping, and then I just pick it up and lay it on my station. That way, that way I don't have to fool with it. And this will kind of be like our kick off the summer project. I think it'll be fun. And I thank you guys for wanting to join me. And my husband, I'll have him, when we do this project, drop my it's my Facebook link in so that we can show them off in there as well. What did you want us to say in the email? Just in the subject line of the email, just write Rope Bowl Zoom, and then he'll send the links to whoever wants to join. I appreciate it. I think we got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 of us, and Dahlia's agreed to read the chat to us so we can all sew, and I appreciate that. It makes it easier than one of us keeps looking up trying to decipher. If we have one person that can read the chat, and my husband will kick it off once we all get on and everybody's situated. He'll throw it into YouTube land, and we'll go live from there. And in the meantime, I'll push out a video for anybody else. But I think a small group would be just fine. I think what we have is great. And if anybody wants to join in from there, they can do their sewing from home. But you know what you need. Just pre-cut your strips. And honestly, that's the longest part, is untying this to where it doesn't knot. And at night, honestly, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut my strips, take them downstairs. So when the kids are playing or whatever, I'll just sit and honestly just wrap and pin so it's ready to go when we're ready to go. Let me know if you get my email, as I'm in the bus and the internet is spotty. Joe, can you check to see if you've got hers? He'll have to look here in a second. Yeah, an email. Keep it really simple. All you just have to do is just let me know you want to join the Zoom, and you'll have it. You know what I'm saying? He'll send the link. If we're going to kick off at noon, we'll get together, let's say 11:45 online.
Is she cutting in her quilting in the country?
No, it's Delia Castro Short.
Quilting in the country, practically creative.
It will come from, hold on, no, honey.
Sylvia Black, okay.
I'm just trying to read what she was telling me. You guys got to wait a second until he's done. He's trying to look. It says, let me know if you get my email as I'm on the bus. It will come from my email starting with a P.
Don't have it yet.
Yeah, he doesn't have it yet, sweetheart, but we'll be watching for it. So we're going to meet online. No email is different. Yeah, he just checked. It hasn't came through.
Should be good.
Tell you sure put your YouTube name in the subject line. Yeah. And that'll help. But it still hasn't came in yet. But we'll be watching for it. And if anybody has her email, just go ahead and throw it off to me. So that morning about 11:30, Joe will have things set up for us and he'll start shooting the links to you. So just watch about 11:30 and then I'll come on about 11:45 and we'll get the ball started. So I wanted to thank you for joining me today. I didn't expect to go that direction, but I'm going to have fun with it. I love to sew with everybody. So I'm going to end now because I have to go to the fire hall and pick up hoagies and do deliveries. So you guys have a fabulous day, and I'll catch you all back on my next live or my next video. If you like the content, please give me a thumbs up, ring the bell for notifications. And honestly, if you haven't subscribed, please give us a chance. That would be great, and we love you. Teresa Louise, hi, sweetheart. I missed you coming in, and I'm sorry I wasn't being rude. I just didn't see you, darling.